Hey, dear listeners. Hello and welcome to this look at Dead Cells here over on TRG's YouTube channel. Wanted to kind of hang back a little bit, have a little bit of fun here. What is this? Activate. No boss stem cells. What is this? You see, I beat this game recently, and I am not doing. What is this? See, I beat this game recently, and so it unlocked some extra things that I'm still discovering, and I'm just like, what in the world? So this, what does this do? Makes it hard? Reduces the number of health fountains, improve the legendary forge. Okay, lets you acquire the next boss stem cell. What does that even mean? Okay, let's do it, dear listeners. So, what I wanted to do in this episode was have a little bit of fun, but clearly because I'm crazy and putting this game in hard mode, I'm not going to have fun. You guys are going to have fun learning just how hard this game can possibly be. But I wanted to just have some fun with this and talk about Dead Cells and kind of why I love the game. And one of the things I wanted to start off with is this right here. This right here. The fact that it's not the fact that you can change your costumes now. Although I do really enjoy that. I do enjoy that. But this is evidence of how much the developers have supported this game and really done a good job of keeping it up to date. Now, what is this? Symmetrical lance? Like I said, this is all going to be new stuff to me. Why is there that there? That's a big old weapon. That is a big old weapon. Okay. And that leads to the DLC content. So the thing is with this, oh snap, what's going on? What are these things? Where did these guys come from? Okay, I don't want to play this anymore. I've never seen those enemies before. That's part of the new difficulty, I guess. Oh man. So anyway, wow, that right there. Okay, evidence of the developers. I'm trying to get back on track here and keep up with my notes. Evidence of the developers updating their game and doing a good job of supporting their game. You know, this game has changed a lot since I first got it, and you know, that seeing the skins is just one little thing of that. They've added in weapons, they've added in just different kind of modifiers. They put in a custom game type that allows you to make the game as impossible as you could possibly want. And so the developers have just done a really good job of molding this game into what it is today, and it's just so much fun to play. Even if you're not a fan of hard games, those guys scare me. I've never fought them before, so it's just, yeah. The other thing I want to talk about, the other thing I wanted to highlight about this game of why I love it is the level of customization, and it starts with these here. As you go through the game, well, I guess let me back up a little bit and explain what Dead Cells is, maybe for those of you that haven't played this game before. Dead Cells is a roguelike game, and what that means is that you're going to have 20 to 40 minute gameplay sessions where you're going to see it how far into the game you can make it without dying, and then when you die in the game, you start back at the very beginning. Now, it's not quite as bad as what you might think it is. It's not going to be this thing where you're investing 8 hours into the game and then you have to start all over. It's not like that. It's 20-minute gameplay sessions at minimum, and then 40, well actually it could be as short as a 5-minute game session depending on what you run into. But you'll run into that stuff and then you'll restart, and just every single run that you go, you're collecting things to upgrade your character, to get new weapons, to get new shields, new bows, new traps, new everything. And so every single run that you do gets easier and easier and easier. Maybe by small increments, maybe by a big increment. It depends on what you come across. And so that is this game in a nutshell. All areas are randomly generated, so no two gameplays are the same. And then, of course, you're exploring, so you're finding different areas. It is a big game. Not Hollow Knight kind of big, but it is a big game. And one of the other reasons that I love this game is this right here. It's the level of customization. So you're going to come across these scrolls that allow you to upgrade different aspects of your character. So you've got a brutality tree, a tactics tree, and a survival tree. And they kind of tell you what they're going to do. Plus 15 damage to red, purple, green items, and it's going to upgrade your health and things like that. So it all depends on what your gameplay style is. If you're kind of the person that wants to run into the middle of the fight and start attacking things, brutality is your tree. If you're more tactical and you want to use traps and bows, tactics, I think you get the idea. And so the thing is with this is that you don't want to even out all these things. You don't want to try and keep them even. That's a mistake that new players make. It's one that I made for a long, long time. What you want to do is focus on one and get that as high as you possibly can, and then maybe focus on some others. So kind of what I tend to do is I'll try to get one of these ranked up to level 10, and you'll see the number change in the bottom left corner. And then I'll start focusing on some other ones, or I'll keep upgrading the other tree to max out. Not max out, but like get it to where it's going to be somewhat helpful. Man, these guys are scary how invisible they are. I think this is the weapon from the final boss. That's kind of cool that I get to use it now. So there's that. The level of customization, the level of just like it's just you play how you want. And you'll see this too as we get into the next zone, that the game encourages you to speed run it if you want to. You don't have to, but you will get certain perks for speed running it. But that's not to say that you won't get rewarded for taking things slow and just exploring either, because you will. You will. And that is what makes this game so stinking good, is that it rewards you for whatever playstyle you are. You know, if you want to speedrun, you'll get rewarded. If you want to play the game on a harder difficulty, you'll get rewarded with scary monsters that appear out of nowhere. But if you, like I was saying, if you want to speedrun it, if you want to explore, you're going to be rewarded no matter what. And so it doesn't matter if you're the more kind of casual style gamer or if you're the more hardcore kind, you're going to be rewarded no matter what. And in your own unique way. One of the things I like to do is actually explore in the game and find different areas. 'Cause I'm still finding areas. There's still a rune, which is like a special power-up that you get in the game that I still haven't found. And I've played this game for over 40 hours between my PS4 and my Switch both. So, but this is how the game encourages you to speedrun and do different challenges. If we got here in under 2 minutes, we could have opened this up and gotten some extra gear. If we would have defeated enemies without taking damage, we would have opened that up. So it gives you these nice little challenges, and those weren't there when the game launched. Those are new. And as you go through the game, you'll collect these cells, and you'll use those to unlock these different things here. So grenades, weapons, where are they at? Yeah, mutations, which I'll talk about here in a second. General upgrades, those kind of things. So you're constantly unlocking things. Well, maybe not constantly, because there's going to be a point where you're going to plateau, because you have to... Some upgrades cost a lot. But you're going to be continuously growing your character and fleshing them out. And then you're going to go into your forges, which are going to upgrade your weapons, or it's going to make them more powerful, give them new perks. So like this one here, we'll upgrade to a plus quality to reforge it. And now it's going to shoot an arrow in front of me every time I swing it. Or maybe just the first time I swing it. Doesn't say. And so now this one's going to spread inflammable oil on the enemy. So if I get a flaming power up, because you can shoot fireballs, you'll be able to light that guy on fire and do extra damage. So you can do all these things, or you can upgrade your weapons to make them more powerful, to give them certain perks. And then you've got your mutations, which are going to let you have different abilities, different things that'll help you out in each of your play sessions. So you've got one that goes with your brutality. That's going to be affected by the number that is associated with it at the bottom of the screen. And so you usually have those. This is the one that I tend to stick with because I'm just more aggressive when I play the game. And then you've got your general ones down here that's going to affect your ammo, your HP, those kind of things. I tend to go with this one first and foremost. It's basically an extra life. It's a one-up, so to speak. But you got all these that you'll unlock throughout the game that'll help you out in different ways. And so it's up to you to figure out which one works best in the area that you're about to go into. There is not a health thing here. Oh man, they weren't kidding when they said there weren't going to be as many as these. As many as these? As many of these? Yeah, words are hard. Okay, well, I clearly picked a good one to show off here on YouTube. Oh man, I am worried for what's going to await me in the second area. No, I'm playing on hard. Man. So that's a couple of reasons why I like the game. So what are some other things here? Let me see. I guess just the and this isn't going to be for everyone, but I'm the kind of gamer that when I come across a difficult game, and this is why I'm into the Dark Souls kind of games, I'm totally going to get wrecked here. This is why I'm kind of into the Dark Souls kind of games, is I like getting better at the game and pushing myself. And does he look different? Is he supposed to be in this area? I can't remember. But just getting better at the game and trying out different maneuvers and strategies and things like that, and getting good at the rolling mechanic here and getting the speed boost. It's just, I like pushing myself as a gamer and trying out just all the sorts of different things that I can do in this game and just see what works. You know, now it used to be really bad at rolling, like I wouldn't be able to roll at all to save my life, but now I'm at a point in the game where rolling is more effective than using the shields, at least to me. I still keep a shield handy every now and then, or I try to, just so I can, you know, just in case I need it. But I've relied more heavily on the rolling mechanic than I have the shields, because it's just better that way. And so I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last in this run, but we'll see. But I mean, if you guys have paid attention to our Twitch streams, you know, if you follow us there, if you've listened to the podcast, you know that you probably already know why I love this game. It's one of the games that I just keep coming back to because of that. And the gameplay loop is just so satisfying of just, okay, these guys are way more superpowered. They were not like this the last time I played the game. So I'll drop one of these here so I can't talk while doing two different things at once. There we go, okay. But that's just the gameplay loop that's so satisfying, is finding the right build, the right gear, the right weapons, the right perks that just make a run feel so seamless. And you're gonna run into your bouts of issues and things like that, of troubles, and I'm so dead. I am so dead. Oh man, this is not gonna end well. But it's just finding the right tool set to just make your play session just more fun, you know? And I love that they added in the custom. Okay, that scared me a little bit. I was gonna get hit by that ball thing. But I love that they added in the custom modifiers to the game. None of it makes the game easier, which kind of frustrates me because I kind of wish it did. But it just allows you to have fun with the game is what it does. And so you can just goof around, really. And it's something I love. It's kind of like what Celeste did, except with how Celeste made the game, allowed the game to be made easier. This one just focuses so much on just being brutally difficult. I still love it. It's still one of my favorite games to play, and it's one that I keep going back to. And I think, because I mentioned this just a second ago, the brevity of the place. There we go. The brevity of the play sessions is what really appeals to me. You know, we get asked a lot on both Twitter and in the podcast world and things like that about, you know, how do we have so much time to play these games and read these books and do all this? And, you know, I don't have as much time as what I used to when we first started the podcast. And that's what I love about this game, is that it allows me to play the game and just have these short, quick play session bursts. We're going to change that back to not hard, because the game on normal is ridiculous enough as it is. So, but that's why I really just enjoy this game, is all those things. And you can see I've been kind of busy going through and unlocking all these different things, and which is just, it doesn't seem like a lot now that I look at it, but man, it's a representation of so many hours of playing this game. But that's why I just really enjoy this game. It's good for quick play sessions. It's good because the developers support it well, and they've designed a really, really good game. The controls are great. The level of customization is really good. If you want it to be more difficult, it can be if you want it. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to be bold and say it. It's a perfect game. It really is. The music is even really good. If you guys haven't checked that out, I think you can find it on Spotify or on Apple Music. It's so good. It's really good. And the artwork for the game is good too. I think you guys, if you follow us on Instagram, you probably saw one of the stories I put out a while back just going over the art book when I first got it. But it is a truly remarkable game. It is one of my favorite games that I have. I mean so much so that I bought it for Actually, I bought it for PC, I bought it for PS4, I bought it for the Switch. It's just that good of a game, you know. So, but like I said, it's not for everyone. You know, difficult games like this are not for everyone, and it might not be up your alley, but I think it is worth checking out. And for all those reasons, and maybe a few more that I'm forgetting, I'll put an article out with this talking about the different aspects of the game that I really enjoy. But for all those reasons and more is why I love Dead Cells. So, dear listeners, if you've played Dead Cells, if you have really enjoyed this game, or even if you haven't really enjoyed this game, let me know what you think about the game down in the comments below, and let's have a discussion about Dead Cells, and maybe share our love of the game, or share our frustrations with the game. But dear listeners, until next time, GG and amen.